Kawete Soete Amnes. This is Taikon, the ancient Geeko-Roman, as you may know me from YouTube. We're going to go and look at a small trailer of videos I cut together to give you an idea of what my YouTube channel is like. The trailer is going to show you a few topics that I cover on my YouTube channel, including book reviews, crafting, and academic material. Enjoy! Here we have my first row, my second row, my third row, and all of the binders at the bottom over there are my readings from the last classes I took. Today I'm going to be talking about Song of Achilles. Today we're going to be talking about Lore Olympus. For today we are reviewing Outrun the Wind by Elizabeth Tammy. First we're gonna need a really big stick and some pine cones. So I'm gonna go see if I can find any of those. I wasn't able to do a lot of it while I was recording, but what I ended up doing is wrapping the different colors along the stick bit, and then because I had originally meant to braid it, I then took just strands and had that on either side, and I added grapes because even though usually a thyrsus wouldn't have grapes on it, I thought it would be fun to add them and have them on there as well. I was going to make a pride peplos. Voila, I have a pride peplos with my pride thyrsus. We're gonna craft today. We have some columns. We have some Sappho hands with quotes from Sappho. So sorry, that was my keys. And then all of the gods that I showed you. And so I'm gonna put it into my Ita bag now and see how it looks. And it's gonna be all about field school, so this isn't just classics specific, it's more specific to anyone who wants to study archaeology. So for this video, what we're actually going to be talking about is graduate programs that are online. So my YouTube channel contains all of that and more. I like to do videos that are funny, engaging, and things that most of us would kind of take as a joke. So part of the reason I do that is because I know that the way to engage a lot of audiences is with humor. So I found that I thought a YouTube channel that was both kind of focused on classical reception but also academic and funny would be a great way to interact with the classics community and get people interested in classics as well. So for me, this is important because right now where I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, and there are no formal classics opportunities aside from teaching Latin in certain schools, but it is not common here, as well as the university only having a classics minor but not offering classes as often as they could. So there is not a lot of opportunity for me to interact with classics or classical material where I currently live. So starting this YouTube channel was a way for me to continue to be interested and engaged in classics while I finished my master's degree from Villanova University, which I just completed and have now graduated. So for me, this YouTube is both for myself and for my audience. It helps me keep engaged with the classical material that interests me, while also reaching out to those who might be interested in the same material. I intend my YouTube channel to be for not just classicists who are already established, but new scholars, undergraduate students, people who are hobbyists, and those who just want to watch my videos for fun. You don't have to be interested in classics to start watching, but it will probably make you interested in classics once you're done. And that is my aim. I want people to feel like they can engage with the classics without the pressure of a formal environment like a classroom, and know that, you know, there is funny things you can do with it. There are humorous jokes, things to poke at, and classics is fun, but sometimes it is difficult for people to interact with something that seems inaccessible to them. And that is what I want to do with my YouTube channel. I want to make it accessible to people who may not be able to be in a formal environment, even if they want to. So with YouTube, it's easy to create a short video, and no matter how many times you need to come back to something that might be a 5-minute video or a 30-minute video, you can pause it and come back to it when you have the time. So the people who can't engage in classics formally or want to passively absorb content, a YouTube channel is a great way to do that, because you're able to pause and come back to the same material over and over again without having to worry about missing something because you weren't in class or because you missed an online lecture that's not available or uploaded online. So for YouTube, it's going to be there, it exists, and you can always come back to it, and that's what I want. None of my videos on YouTube are behind any kind of paywall. The reason I want to keep everything outside of a paywall is to keep things accessible for students or other people interested in classics and my videos, so they'll always have access to it. There are options to do paid things on YouTube now, like extra subscriptions, but I don't plan on doing that. If I ever do it in the future, the funds from it will go directly to funding or helping other emerging classicists, because I have had help from established classicists myself, and I want to pay it forward. Some of the other things I'm going to do in the future, as you may guess from the type of name I chose the ancient Geeko-Roman because I wanted to focus on things that are kind of nerdy and geeky, as certain people would call it. So I'm going to do things like video games, board games, playthroughs of video games, reviews, book reviews, either of academic work or classical reception fiction. So mythological retellings like Outrun the Wind, as I have already shown. Many people have YouTubes that are dedicated to just gaming or just book reviews. I'm doing it all, but from classics. So that is my theme. Everything that I do will be related to something with classics, but my channel is going to be a baking channel, a review channel, an advice channel, and everything in between. And I think that makes it so the audience can be extremely varied, and that's what I want, and that's what we should all strive for. An extremely varied audience and people who are interested in classics. Visual media is an important part of education. A lot of things that I have seen recently for suggestions for students who may be distance learning right now, and maybe distance learning in the near future, is that they need asynchronous and short bite-sized type of educational videos to help them process information and the possibility of going back to it and looking at it again. This is why I think YouTube videos like I make are important, because that is the point of what I do. I make them smaller, although I do have longer YouTube videos on my channel. Many of them are not over 30 minutes long. And even then, the best videos and the ones that do the best in views are usually between 2.5 and 10 minutes. Even 10 minutes is a little long to hold someone's attention. So depending on the content that you're creating, if you have something shorter, bite-sized, and things that feel like it's accomplished in a shorter amount of time, things that are in bite-sized chunks are easier to process, and once you finish them, it feels like an accomplishment. Visual media is important because you can relate modern day things and modern day experiences through visual media and connect it with the classics. I've shown you how I do that with classical reception literature and doing things like creating an entire pride outfit with 2 non-binary pride flags and the pride thyrsus that I had already made. It gives the student an ability to think about the subject matter in your classes, but also being able to relate it to their own lives in the present day. When we connect things to the experiences we've already have, it helps us learn. It can be easier to learn when students are able to relate to those that they are learning about. And that's why I find it so fun to make the videos that I do. One of the other things that I think is very important that I mentioned in my original introduction video, the very first video I put on YouTube, was an invitation for my viewers to correct me if I'm incorrect. I want them to start a conversation in the comments. I want them to tell me when I'm wrong. I want to create an environment where they feel like it's okay to come and say, you're not correct and here's why. Now, we all know that it's not difficult to find that on the internet, but for me, I find that a lot of times people will have an issue with bringing up why someone is wrong or how someone is wrong. I want to start that conversation. So that is part of why I facilitate that on my YouTube channel. A lot of comments haven't done that, but we have started discussions in a Discord group. Discord was originally developed as an app for gamers to discuss and chat in real time the game they're playing. Now Discord is used for all kinds of different things, such as book clubs and meetings, and that's what I do with mine, which I run. The Discord group has a lot of different sections, which I run in conjunction with my YouTube channel in order to engage people with the classics, whether it's informally by sharing memes and puns and silly stories that we've written based on ancient epic, to sharing resources with each other or helping with graduate applications or undergraduate applications. We have people in my Discord ranging from high school students all the way through PhD students, and I believe some teachers as well. So there is a wide variety in my audience, and I hope it expands, and I hope you all enjoy it if you decide to take a look after the conference. Thank you.